A rescue worker becomes emotionally overwhelmed upon uncovering the cause of a dog's unusual behavior. One of the most remarkable qualities of dogs is their natural inclination to demonstrate unwavering loyalty to their owners. Nearly every dog owner can attest that their four-legged companion remains steadfast through all circumstances, a trait not shared by many other species. However, the challenge lies in the fact that humans do not always return this loyalty in equal measure. This was all too apparent one rainy afternoon in Dallas when an animal rescue worker named Marina Tarashevska saw a heartbreaking scene outside of a vacant home that sent her on a journey she'd never forget. Marina Tarashevska was the co-founder of Dallas Dog Rescue Center, a local dog rescue in Texas. She and the other employees at the rescue answered calls regarding dogs who needed new homes, but sometimes they came across situations that required someone to step in immediately. While Marina was out for a walk on a cold and rainy New Year's Day, she saw a bunch of furniture and trash on the curb outside. From a distance, it appeared that a family had most likely moved out and left stuff they didn't want anymore, including a large blanket that caught her eye. Once she reached the blanket, her heart broke as she realized there was a dog clinging to it, shivering from the cold weather and looking up at her with despair. Marina immediately knocked on a neighbor's door to inquire about the pup. She was told by the person she spoke with that the family had left the day before and abandoned the poor dog out in the street with the rest of their unwanted possessions. So, Marina made a bold decision. Being a canine caretaker, she knew there was no hope for the animal if she left her alone with the blanket. Clearly, none of the surrounding neighbors wanted to step in and help. Marina had no idea about the dog's history, which was a problem when trying to gain her trust. Was the family abusive? Did she have all her shots? She slowly approached anyway, locking eyes with the dog who appeared calm at first. But once Marina got within a foot of the blanket, the dog sprinted off to the other side of the road. This task was going to be long and arduous, Marina realized, since she knew the dog wouldn't approach the blanket unless she was standing far enough away, and she had to get the animal to her house. She figured relocating the blanket towards her home would work, but it had to be done carefully. Marina didn't want the dog to think she was taking away her safety blanket, so over the course of an hour, she inched the blanket onto her property. The dog watched from a distance the whole time and followed Marina back. The mission was almost complete. Eventually, Marina approached the quivering animal and gently scooped her up. She didn't put up any sort of fight, and she clearly had lived through some kind of trauma. Marina named her new friend Camilla, and it was now time for her healing to begin. Camilla was placed into a kennel Marina owned, and the poor animal curled up into a ball in the back, refusing to make eye contact. Although she allowed Marina to touch her, it was obvious the dog was frozen stiff with fear. Marina carefully examined the dog's body, looking for any signs the animal was abused or neglected, and she found fresh wounds on Camilla's neck and ears. Worried, she took Camilla to a vet for a better understanding. The vet told Marina they were fairly certain the wounds were caused by an embedded collar that was way too tight. The animal was most likely kept outside and developed a lack of trust towards humans. Marina now needed to reverse the damage. The pooch had surgery on her neck to close up the wounds, and slowly but surely, she learned to get comfortable with the idea of being around people and other dogs at the Dallas Dog Rescue Center. Within a few weeks, the work Marina and her fellow employees put in was paying off. Camilla was now sitting up instead of cowering in fear, and she approached people and nose-butted their hands, asking for attention. This was unheard of when Marina first rescued her. Also, Camilla began playing with toys for the first time ever. The yard where she was kept previously was barren, and she likely paced aimlessly all day long. Now, however, she was realizing how awesome squeaky toys and tennis balls were. After Camilla had successfully acclimated to life outside the rescue center, a foster family provided her with care until she was prepared to be placed on the official adoption list. The once frightened puppy had transformed into an affectionate and capable canine, all thanks to Marina's efforts. The idea of abandoning a pet, treating them like disposable furniture, is truly distressing. Regrettably, such situations occur frequently. Nevertheless, there are individuals who tirelessly dedicate themselves to rescuing these exceptional animals. What are your thoughts on people who abandon their pets when moving to a new home? Is it solely their fault, or are there various reasons behind their actions? We'd love to hear your perspective in the comments section. Thank you.